Hey guys, so we've had about 500 new members to Ruck For The Fallen in a little over a month, which means a lot of folks are seeing my face and wondering what all these little speeches are about and everything else. So I'm going to give you guys a quick update of how this kind of got started. So my name is Master Sergeant Kriebel. I've been in the Army 15 years. I'm still in the military, and a few years ago, was injured and I broke my spine. And there's a lot of complications with it. I had to get spine surgery, and there were some issues with my left leg and I couldn't use it. And I had some serious problems. That brought on a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, thinking that I was gonna get booted from the military, which I thought was before my time, and I really had to fight my way back. All this stress and depression and everything kind of came to a head when I lost a couple friends due to suicide, kind of back to back to back. I had nowhere to turn. My family was trying to help me, but I was in a deep, deep state of depression, and things weren't looking good. So while I was recovering, some friends of mine said, you should do the Baton Memorial March down in White Sands, New Mexico. It's a 26.2 mile ruck march that honors soldiers that were captured in the Philippines by the Japanese. I was like, no way, man, I can't really walk. But I trained my rear end off, and I went down to the Baton, and at the starting line was all those thousands of people, soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, Coast Guard, firefighters, police, first responders in general. I was blown away. The sense of pride was just so amazing that I had to quit feeling sorry for myself. After that ruck, I created, with the help of my mother and family, I created Ruck For The Fallen. We didn't really know what we were getting ourselves into at first, so I did about 5 road marches in a row, and then I did one in Wisconsin that was 30 some odd miles long. And what I did was we lost a first responder back in the state of Washington, and I took a thin blue line flag and I carried it for 31 miles. And then I had it signed by a police department in Tomah, Wisconsin, which was then passed on to Sparta, Wisconsin, and so on and so forth, all the way back to Washington State, delivered from police station to police station, all the way back to Washington State, and it was presented to one of the officers that survived a shooting, but it was also in honor of another officer that did not make it. You know, our goal was to raise funds so we could help the families out that lose those first responders and our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines. But it turned into something bigger. It turned into raising awareness. It turned into passing flags. It turned into us coming together as a community, as a family. And it really sparked something. So I kept rucking throughout the United States, and then finally we had our own ruck. And it was last month in Washington State, and it was a success, and we've been able to reach a lot of folks. And here we are today. So if you don't know, we have a website. It's Bigfoot Customs, and it's right on the page you're looking at, and it's in the announcements, and you can order ruck gear. And all the Ruck For The Fallen gear, remember, the proceeds go to the nonprofit. We are an official nonprofit, which took a lot to get to that point. But everything you buy from Ruck For The Fallen is going to go into the nonprofit and help us continue to raise awareness, continue to put our heroes and first responders at the forefront. And we have a lot of goals. You know, short-term goals is to continue to reach people, to continue to work towards our call center, 24-hour call center, which will be retrofitted with only veterans and first responders and spouses of such. So that way, when folks call in, they're talking to someone that speaks their same language. Nothing against, a lot of the people that are trying to help. But sometimes veterans need to talk to veterans, first responders need to talk to first responders, and spouses need to talk to spouses. So that's definitely a goal, and we're working towards that. My longest term goal, and this is going to come down the road quite a ways, is we want to have a retreat area. We want to build up enough money to have a retreat area that is only for our heroes. And it's a place where they can go and get peace of mind. They can meet up with fellow first responders, veterans, so on and so forth, and their families can come there too. We also want a spousal center, so that way we can have an outreach program. But it's a place where people feel comfortable. If you continue to look back at our videos, we've lost a lot of people, but we've had so much support over this last year. We're only a year old. We're gonna be a year old in March, and we've come a long ways. So if you're just joining us, thank you so much for your service and for your support. Thank you for being that patriot that's helping so many people, okay? But we're gonna need a lot more of it. I say it and I say it and I say it again. It's gonna take an army to make the change that we really need. We're fighting that suicide epidemic. We're fighting to make sure folks understand what is available to them when they get out of the military, or if they're wounded on or off patrol, it doesn't matter. But we're a family. If you have any questions, just reach out to the entire group. We'll make sure we get you a good answer. If we don't know, guess what? We're gonna find that answer for you. But I love you guys. We live by the motto, deeds not words. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you later.